Hello, Daisy Cakes. This is Daisy X Machina, the drag queen detective who investigates all things speculative in science fiction, fantasy, and horror. And this is get ready with me where I get into drag to film a video later today. And as usual, how is everyone's reading going this week? John Crow is here. Hope you had a great Valentine's. I hope you and Rose did too. Lynette is here. Yay. And Mooney's here. All right. Thank you. I had a great Valentine's. I filmed on Valentine's Day, and basically for me and Dennis, it's an excuse to go out to dinner. And we have this fancy Italian restaurant that opened up recently that's really good, and it's within walking distance. It's like a 10-minute walk from our house, which means we don't have to worry about drinking and driving. We could just walk there and drink whatever we want. We didn't go crazy and walk back. And for Valentine's Day, they had a price fix, whatever, whatever they call it. For $65, it was 4 courses, a lobster bisque soup, some fancy salad with pear shavings and some hard cheese shavings, steak and lobster, and a mango dessert. My problem was I don't eat red meat and I'm allergic to mangoes. So for the steak and lobster, I said I can't have the steak. And they gave me 2 lobsters with some pasta on the side, or 2 lobster tails. And for dessert, they substituted out a tiramisu. So it was really good. And now I'm hungry. Oh, and for reading, Lynette, I have a little bit of show and tell. Every month I try to read a middle grade book, and I picked up this Garth Nix book, We Do Not Welcome Our 10-Year-Old Overlord. So I like the title. This is a library book. But if you don't know, Garth Nix is an Australian young adult middle grade writer. His, I think, young adult book, Sabriel, it's a series, is excellent, one of my favorites. Anyway, but this in the introduction, it goes, this book is set in an alternate version of Canberra, Australia in 1975 that did not exist. I've taken liberties with everything, particularly geography, history, the natural environment, and the release date of Dungeons and Dragons supplements. While this story is not set in the actual Canberra, it is inspired by the real place, and I acknowledge the Ngunnawal, Ngunnawal people as traditional custodians of that land and pay my respects to elders, past, present, and emerging. I just love that introduction. And I thought this was a pretty good book. It's not my favorite of his books, of his middle grades. My favorite is, I think it's called The Keys to the Kingdom. I have them. There are 7 books to the Keys to the Kingdom. Here's 3 of them, and they're each after a day of the week. Lady Friday, Sir Thursday, Drowned Wednesday, and they're middle grades, and they're not that big. I mean, they're this thick, but the really big print. So they're probably like novellas, adult novellas. Highly recommend that. It's sort of a Narnia type story about it's a portal fantasy into this, other dimension. Anyway. Oh, and I started finally, because I kept caught up on my Hugos. And so finally now I'm reading my Shelve It or Shove It book, which is the Express, let me look it up, because I want to name the author. I'm only a couple chapters in. So far, so good. The Elsewhere Express by Samantha Sato Yambao. And I listened to writing podcasts, and she was a guest on one. And I didn't know that she's a Filipina writer, not Filipino American. She lives in Manila. And the writing is very literary, very elevated so far. I'm just a couple chapters in. So anyway, that's my reading. Lynette is reading, Escape from Hell by Niven and Pornell. I have not read that because Inferno is their sort of Dante's Inferno book about a writer going to hell. Oh, it's only 2.5 out of 5. That's too bad. But I did like Inferno. Have not read Escape from Hell. I don't think I will after that review. John. Oh, Chessmen of Mars. You can read all the John Carter of Mars books on Project Gutenberg or LibriVox. Is that the one where it's like people, they're like spider heads that can put on that nest into the necks of people, of headless people, whatever. Or is that Masterminds? Anyway, they're all good. I love John Carter. Okay, doing stuff. Green Hills of Worth. Of Worth? I can't talk. Green Hills of Earth. That's one of the best Heinlein books. In Hebrew. Fantastic. 3 Garth Nix. Second chapter, so no spoilers. Okay. I don't remember it. I mean, I read it 40 years ago, so I wouldn't be able to come up with spoilers if I had to, but I know it's one of his best. The Chaldanes. I loved Inferno, so I kept reading Escape from Hell, hoping it would get better. So did you mean you read Garth Nix or wanting to read him? I do recommend him. Okay, so let's do some makeup today. And I had this vague idea to do orange. And I don't want to do a sunset. I was just thinking orange, but now I'm second guessing myself. Um, maybe goes with orange. I don't want to do a sunset. I want to do orange. Because if I use red and yellow, it's going to go sunset. Orange and brown? I don't use enough brown. I always stay away from brown, thinking it's too ordinary. But maybe I'll do orange with sort of brown, and then an orange lid or a light orange lid. Okay, I got an idea. One thing I did want to do today, I've been noticing my wings are not straight at all. Not that I'm straight, but I think I'm going to go back to my card. And, okay, I have a line. I also read the biography of Henry V by Dan Jones, 4.5 out of 5. Excellent. Oh, John, thank you for telling me. The my Venus Plus X book, he found the author's name, Peter Elson, and I did look him up online. And I think this is one of his better works. Yeah, it was weird. His name wasn't listed in the cover. I think the 5th episode of Knights of the Seven Kingdom was the best and most realistic fight scene I've ever seen. Oh, it was so good. I can't wait for it to. I think how many episodes are there? I looked it up last week and now I forgot. It's like 6 or 8, but I want it to be 10 or 12. Oh well. Okay, so I'm going to do orange to brown. Just picking which orange. I'm gonna go with this one. I don't know why I'm showing you guys it. I'm not a beauty guru. Some Brit books do that. I didn't know if it was like a Brit book or just the time, because this is a very old copy. As you can tell, because I was going to say because of the price. Oh, 35p. I don't know what that means. I may have to watch myself. I've been buying a lot of these old Hugo books because they're cheaper than the ebooks, and sometimes you can't even buy the ebooks. But I'm gonna run into the same problem I used to have of having just so many books and no space to put them. But that's something to worry about for another day. Okay, there are 6 episodes. Next episode is the last. We'll have to wait a year to the new season as it is quicker to make with little CGI. Yeah, there isn't much CGI in that. And I bet that another reason why they can do this, because I was surprised they're writing 2 Game of Thrones series at once, but I bet they could like use a lot of the sets from House of the Dragon. Okay, so if I'm going to do brown, hmm, this is sort of an orangey brown. So, so much darker. Oh, Dennis was watching he put on some show. It's called like he likes like this historical his I want to say Regency. It's not Regency. Anyway, he liked like historical drama sometimes. So he's watching a movie, and I was watching it. It was called um the King's Daughter, and I had never heard about it. And it had like Pierce Bronson playing the lead, and suddenly there was this mermaid in it, and it was the court of Louis XV, and I'm like, I've read this. This story is really familiar. And I looked it up, and sure enough, it's based on the book Sun and Moon by Vonda McIntyre, which I won the Hugo, or was nominated for the Hugo. I think it won the Hugo. And I was like, it was so weird because I was having like such deja vu. I was like, did I see this movie? I know this story. Um, but if you read the book, it's fantastic, but the movie is not that good. But might want to watch it just for the kick of it if you've read the story. The thing is, the book version is very scientific. I mean, there's not really a fantasy element. And the mermaid that they capture in the novel doesn't really look human, because it lives underwater. It's more of a realistic extrapolation of what a mermaid can look like. But in the movie version, of course, it looked like a beautiful woman. And anyway, I thought it was interesting. The boy who plays Egg turned down the role of Harry Potter. He didn't want to commit to a 10-year series. Oh, I have so much respect for him. By the way, I looked up the actor that played Dunk, or Sir Duncan the Tall, whatever his name is. And the actor is actually 6'5". So he actually is very tall. You can never tell with Hollywood actors, but he's actually very tall. And his face kept reminding me something, and it clicked. This guy looks like Robert Redford. If you see a picture of that actor and Robert Redford side by side, it's like they could be brothers or whatever. Yeah. 35p would be 35 cents if the 70-cent pound was $1. The book would be £3, 50 pence in 2026. Not the role of Harry, but Draco. Oh. I remember when books were that cheap, but wages were much, much lower as well. Yeah. I think in my early days of reading, I was going to say prime, I should say that. But it was, I remember you can get new books for like um, $2.95 to $3.95. And then that's like the 70s. And then they went up to $4.95, which I think was all of the 80s. Then it started going up in the 90s. I mean, over $5. Of course, nowadays you can't even get, if you don't know, they've stopped producing the paperbacks. Which would really suck for me because I lived off of paperback. Of course, now I'm mostly ebooks. Except for old Hugos. I'm doing this light orange. Here and then yeah. Bruce and I are watching Frontier, enjoying it. However, I find the using modern vernacular for the time period jarring. I'm sure I know that one. Dunk was actually 6 feet 11 in the books. That's crazy. I won't be looking at the Harry Potter series. I think that the child that got to play young Dunk really looked like him. Yeah, 6 feet 11. Well, in Hollywood, 6 feet 5 is like 7.5 feet. It's so amazing how tiny actors are. I remember seeing like some that I thought, oh, this guy must be like 6 feet 3 because he looked really tall on camera, and then finding out they're 5'8" or something. Okay. Um, I want to go in with black now. Hmm. He- I've been very impressed by the young actor that's playing Egg. And I don't know if I'm going to watch the Harry Potter series. I feel like I should because I write mm, middle grade. Kind of want to see what's going on and keep up. But not a big fan of Ms. Rolling. Okay, I need to. Oh, they're starting Stargate again. I was never a big fan of the show, Stargate show. I loved the movie and I did watch the show, but I wasn't like a super fan. Okay. The actor plays Dunk, Peter Claffey, was a rugby player. Wow. Yeah, that fight scene was brutal. It also felt like I've been waiting for that fight scene the entire episode or the entire series. It's a big lead up just for this tournament. Hmm. don't understand rugby at all. Yeah, either do I. I mean, it's called soccer here, and yeah, never, never into it. The people who reenact medieval tournaments are raving about the fight scene. Oh, and they're very hard to please. That's good to know. Especially when it is rugby union and rugby league, and never that twain shall meet. I have no idea. The only thing I can really watch with any measure of enjoyment is football. And I don't really keep up with football, but except we did see the Super Bowl and Bad Bunny. Okay. I'm gonna cut the crease and just use like a white orange lid. Always want color, color, color. So it's going to be mostly white because white lids actually look really good in drag. Football is called soccer in the United States. Football is called, yes, but they're soccer, rugby are children. You've lost me. All I know is that soccer here in America is you kick with your feet or your head. You can't use your hands or arms, and you don't kick with your head, but and they're goals. That's all I know. So it looks like rugby to me. Of course, hockey is getting a resurgence with the heated rivalry, the gay. I think it's a gay drama, romantic drama. I wanted to say, I was thinking about saying rom-com, but I'm so embarrassed to say this. I've only seen like one episode and I wasn't really interested. I feel like I'm a traitor to the gay people. But here's the thing. It's the book it's based upon is written by a woman, and it is, I can understand that some people see it as sort of a fetish or a fantasy from women about gay romances, which I'm fine with, but it just means it wasn't really written for me. Also, I'm not really big on romances, and and it's kind of a coming out story, and I'm sort of tired of gay coming out stories and age stories. I've just seen so many of them, and I lived through so many of them. So, and they were like on the download, these two hockey players, and you're like, oh, I know at some point in the series are going to be caught out and have to deal with that. And I'm just, I don't know. Maybe I'll give it another chance. I feel like I'm missing some sort of gay cultural moment. But it's funny. The episode we saw was during while Dennis's mom was here, and then he got embarrassed because there was like a sex scene. And okay, so I cut with white I hear the Mandalorian ad got well and truly panned. I don't even remember it. Rugby is a contact sport. Soccer is. Oh, okay. I didn't know that. Australian rules. Football is rougher than rugby. Got it. I saw something on YouTube about Budweiser sponsoring transgen person and the Rednecks and CW singers went apeshit over it, like shooting Bud bottle on stage. God. I mean, when you're complaining about commercials, some of the tackles in football are very contact. Or we're talking about Australia football, right? I'll start The Lost World by Crichton and also Desperation by I don't know Desperation. Yeah, I'm not a huge um, Stephen King super fan, so I haven't kept up with all his works. Oh, come on. I just want to keep for a small fluffy brush. Okay. Oh, here's one. Oh, this isn't fluffy. We'll see. No, this one. I'm just edging this with really dark orange. And then blow it out with this. Now go in with the white. Uh, Not meant to have contact in soccer. Yeah, I kind of remember that, but that was in high school. Oh, God, I hated sports in high school, but I only played a freshman year. And I was in the um, swim team. So, but yeah, I remember doing soccer in freshman, and there is no contact. But I didn't know if that was because we're kids and they didn't want to have any lawsuits. Helping a friend move car, so I may have to go before the show ends. Okay, no problem, John. I've read one or two King books a year, so I will never read even half of his books. It's so prolific. Sliding and flying tackles are in every game. I hated cricket in high school. Oh, I would have no idea how to do cricket. Okay, I'm going to white. Yeah, that one really is alien to me. I mean, you'd see it on the Brit box or the British shows. Kind of always thought that's where baseball was evolved from because there were bats. But okay. Gonna go back. I do have this goopy stuff. Actually, no, I'm not going to put it on. I think this looks okay. Robert Williams called cricket baseball and Valium. I liked playing nonstop cricket at school. I liked rounders, javelin. Oh, yeah. I remember, again, I didn't really play much sports after freshman in high school other than swimming. But I remember middle school, we had like that archery and weird stuff. I don't think we ever did javelin. But we had the thing with the pole vaulting. We had that. You took a rubbish bin, turned it upside down, and batter had to defend it from all sides. Rounders is similar to baseball. I had to play field hockey. I never played field hockey. I don't know why that was considered a girl sport. That and lacrosse. Okay, so actually, I think I'm thinking more of lacrosse. Okay, I'm completely lost. I have no idea what shinty and hurling are, John. My God, he played rugby until he split his kidney. That is some serious stuff. Oh my gosh. I mean, in football, they have like helmets and a lot of padding. If you ever saw those, all that football padding. But I think that makes it more violent because you psychologically think you can really deal out damage to people because it shouldn't hurt them because they're um, have all this padding on. But there's all these cases now about the seriousness of concussion. Even though you can smack someone in the head or knock them in the head or knock them down, and the helmet protects the skull, the vibrations still go through your brain and cause damage. But yeah, I'm sort of the old fashioned gay that never got into sports. Or tackle. He was only 15. Oh, that is so tragic. Many Aussie rule footballers have brain damage from repeatedly getting concussions. Same for football. I remember back in the 70s, they brought an American football team over to play rugby against a Welsh team. The Americans played with them without armor, got slaughtered both times. That doesn't make sense to me. Because they're different games. Why would the football players know how to play rugby? But again, what do I know about sports? Like the whole issue with trans women in sports, the argument about, oh, if they were born male or in a male body, they have denser bones and muscles and have an advantage. And I'm like, who cares? Who cares about sport? There's so many bigger issue for trans people that we're worrying about kicking a ball. But that's by the way not a popular opinion to have. Okay. They trained for 6 months in each other's games. Oh, okay. So they played a round of rugby and a round of football. Aussie rules are similar to Gaelic football, except Gaelic is more non-contact. The Welsh lost one game really badly, but held their own in the second. They were well received by the American fans. Okay. Now I do want to wing out the lower. Where's that little thing I was using? Gaelic is semi-contact, allows shoulder charges and ball slapping. Okay, you're slapping. You're not slapping the male's genital. It's the ball. You slap the ball. Okay. Okay. I'm going to. Would have been a great Python skit. Okay. And I didn't brush off the. I just made a mess. I have some wet white on the back of my hand that I don't need. I need. I have an orange blush, which I should have used. Oh, you can't even tell. I mean, it's really orange. Okay. I had to read another sports book. I might read one, Breaking the 4 Minute Mile. However, I'm currently doing a challenge and have to read a romance. Oh, there's heated rivalry if you're looking for a gay romance. I actually read, I don't know if you've read Red, White, and Royal Blue. It's a fun gay rom-com novel. Um, but wasn't my favorite to read, but I really liked the movie. Uh, but here's my thing with romances. I kept reading more into what was going on than what went on. Like I thought it was going to be some type of political thriller because they were going on about how the president's son had there are things going on with political parties, and it didn't turn out to be a political thriller at all. It's Tree, Poetry Babe. Thank you for joining us. How late are you? Well, you can tell by my makeup. All I have to do are the lips. Yeah, that's basically it. I'm going to do some touch-ups on my eyes. Actually, say a love story, but maybe it could be a love of a pet. Hey, I think Monk and Robot is a love story, platonic love story, but you've already read those. But there must be others like that. Okay, I'm going to sharpen up the eyes. Leave. Dang it, I lost track of time. No worries. Okay. Okay, I'm going to hopefully draw a straight line, white line. Okay, holding my breath on that one. Oh, finally got the Once and Future Queen. Have not started it yet. Now, yeah, let us know how that one is. I remember seeing that on Shelf It or Shove It. I remember reading a sci-fi in the early 70s set in the mid to outer solar system where the main character changed sex multiple times and had affairs with both sexes. That's interesting. With hetero and gay encounters. Can't remember the title. I've left 31 books in Little Free Libraries this year, so I think I will be able to reach my target of 150 for the year. I love that. Okay. I really want more orange on my cheeks. I think I'm going to go in with the orange from. That's, I didn't really want to do a sunset, but it kind of looks like that anyway. I think once you introduce orange into a look, there's happen. I am finding books I don't even remember buying. Well, you remember a couple years ago when I was like unpacking when I moved to Vegas, I was like doing unboxing of books. I was like, God, I couldn't believe how many books I got. Okay. Yeah, I think it's time for the lips. I am going to do red lips. I'm not going to do orange lips. I don't think I have orange to begin with, but okay. I want to eventually get down to about 200 books. The ads are looking fantastic. Thank you, John. Oh, and my next week I should be having a new wig. It's going to be my last time of getting a wig for a while anyway. But it's by the wig artist known as Gingerella. It's not a ginger wig. I just wanted a black wig. I really like the cotton candy pink wig I got from Kristen. I do have an orangey topper. Oh, okay, we'll just base of red. Think about drag wigs. If you ever get a drag wig for a man's head that's big, you kind of want to aim for, I want to use my hands, like the width of your head to also come out to the sides to make your head look smaller. If you have a big old man head like me. Okay. I'll let that dry. Then I'm going to put on this should give it just a little bit of an orange sparkle, I think. We'll see. I've heard that too before. Good to know. At the big drag wigs. I've recently celebrated a year without buying off of Amazon. Good for you, Lynette. I'm not there. I still buy stuff off of Amazon, but I really appreciate those who can resist. And I guess it helps with the carbon footprint if you go out and physically purchase things. Okay. I love these toppers because they're so sparkly and they dry down. So even though it may look wet because it's sparkly, it's not. Of Kmart in Australia. I miss Kmart. Haven't seen one in a while. Is this really that much different than Walmart? I don't know. I haven't been to Kmart in probably since I moved from Maryland, which was 80, 89. Well, let's say 90. So 35 years ago. Okay. Lashes. And I think we're done. Really miss JC Penney's. Well, you know what should I call you? Tree? We have a JC Penney's here in Vegas. I don't know if they're open, but I like pass it. I should just stop there and go in one day, see if they're even open. Last Kmart closed last year. Like I said, we still have Walmart. I don't go to very often. They're the same people that do Sam's Club. And the thing about Sam's Club is their gas station is cheaper. So if you keep filling up your car there, it pays for itself, the $50 a year membership or whatever it is. Um, but I canceled my membership because I don't even use the uh, the gas station that often. I certainly don't use the store. I may try Costco. I don't know. It does make sense to buy things in bulk. Okay, John, thank you for stopping in. I hate Walmart. The one in my area is very rundown and the police always make you arrest there. Oh dear. We have a couple Walmarts near us, and the one, yeah, the one south of me is much nicer than the one north of me. So, it's all location, location, location. Yeah, even fast foods are not all created equal. You'd think they'd all be standardized, but I know when we were in San Francisco and going to Popeyes for our fried chicken, um, which we haven't done in a long time. But there, one place was awful, awful, the greasiest stuff you've ever had. Another place wasn't greasy at all. It was weird. I don't know if it's the equipment or the cooks or whatever. Okay, these are the eyes in, the lashes in, and um, thought about Costco, but my condo has no space for bulk purchases. Yeah, well, we have a house here in Vegas, and we could definitely store some extra rolls of toilet paper and whatever. Oops, spam. Go to voicemail. Decluttering, I realized I will never need to buy another notepad. Stocked up on notepads. I bet they were reusing the fryer grease over and over. That could, yeah, could be it. I watched episodes of Hoarders while decluttering. It inspired me to let things go. A friend of mine, his brother-in-law, just recently passed away, and apparently he was a bit of a hoarder, so he's helping his sister get rid of some of the clutter. But one of the things he collected, I guess, or read, was sci-fi books, and he was like, "Oh, I have so many sci-fi books. You know, how many do you want?" Oh my God. I don't know if I want to go down that rabbit hole again. Okay. So the wig I got, it's one of my favorites. It's not orange. Oh, I just I just knocked it over. Hold on. But it's my Greek goddess wig. I do have orange wigs, but this one I think goes with almost anything. And it's one of these ponytail wigs. Let me zoom out. That are popular among drag queens. I'm not a big fan of ponytails as a rule, but I do like this one. Mostly because of the curls around it, and it does make it look like a Greek goddess type thing. Okay, let me put on some gloves. But yeah, this wig goes with any look or any eye makeup, I think. And I think this is the final look. It went with orange. It still looks like a sunset to me, but I do like it. I like it quite a bit. I do have extra TP stored in the attic. Kodak taught me to have extra TP. Love the earrings. Oh, thank you. I love these These are vintage earrings, actually. I'm not sure of the year, but I got it from eBay. I look out for earring lots of clip-on earrings because I don't have pierced ears. My friend who died in 2024 was a hoarder. She had over 1,000 teddy bears. Her books were vampire romances and Scottish romances. She had to sleep in an armchair because she couldn't get in her bed. Yeah, that's kind of sad when that happens. Looking fit. Thank you. Oh, Ari Crossfist. Thank you for joining and thank you so much. Okay, guys, I'll be filming a video today. I'm filming a Hugo video. And this week, I should be releasing a Shove It or Shove It. And next week, fingers crossed, I'll have a new wig reveal. And hope to see you then. Okay, guys, thank you so much. And as always, may all the books you read